Hey Taurus, this is your March 2024 reading using the tarot. The first card I want to bring my attention to before pulling more for you is this beautiful Temperance card, which is the energy that's coming through for the month of March. So you do find balance and life is about to really start picking up again for you. Towards the end of the month, that's when things really start to speed up and where everything that you've kind of thrown out into the world starts to gather the momentum, it starts to align, it starts to synchronize, and everything, like you've thrown everything at the wall now. You're going to start seeing what's sticking towards the end of the month. And before that, the universe conspires with you somehow, however this happens, to bring you to this beautiful, tempered, wonderful state of overall well-being, all-encompassing mind, body, spirit, soul, and it's great, but you've had to fight your way to get here, so don't underestimate your role that you've played in co-creating this wonderful reality that's imminent. Because the Five of Wands in reverse, let's just take it back to February for just a moment. February has been a little bit more of a struggle with all of the fives in tarot. We are seeing, especially, I think this illustration is beautiful. It's really cool, right? We're seeing a game night. To me, that talks about competition, okay? And it's all good. It's healthy. It clears up some restless energy, or it brings your attention to where you need to inject a little bit more life and focus and oomph into, right? The reversal of this in particular, because we're seeing a card game here, makes me think of underhandedness. It makes me think of underhanded tactics, and so you've been struggling with that in February. That's been the issue. So fives represent a little bit of a struggle, and the reversal of this recently is telling me that you've had to fight your way, not in a physical way necessarily. Some of you might be in a kind of more combative sports area or something like that, or combative mentally. You know, this is a card of litigation, this is a card of debate, this can be arguing, and it can be kind of sparring against other people. So I feel like there's been something underhanded that you've had to fight, in a sense, to rectify, to litigate, to expose. And it's kind of also come up for some of you, though, that this ended up pretty well, I think. Let's start pulling some cards and getting into the nitty-gritty. But it was a little nitty-gritty for you in February. Temperance speaks to harmony and balance, and it often speaks to the dropping of a conflict. It speaks to peace. And I believe that the Five of Wands in reversal, it was important for you to advocate for yourself, and it was important for you not to be a pushover here, Taurus. So the thing that's happened here now from all of this is a laying down of your defenses, because it all worked out okay. I think we should get deeper into this though and see what's coming through. The real reward for you in March on a soul growth level, the Temperance card, represents the reward of peace, I think. Let's go deeper into February for the moment. Let me go into what was that kind of underhanded incident issue. Let me go into the nature of the conflict, or what needed to be advocated for. Let me go a little bit deeper into anything that was litigated or exposed or sorted out that way. And then I'd like to just see what else was going on in February. I'm sure that wasn't the only thing. So we have the Hermit, but it is reversed. Okay, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles basically is about finding balance too. So you can see the way the illustration here is kind of like a kind of choppy waves in the background. We're sort of seeing a infinity loop symbol here, and a kind of backwards motion, forwards motion. Same with Temperance, one foot on the ground, one foot off, one hand elevated, one in receiving. It's just a kind of like flow, a back and forward. So February included some big decisions about how you would handle your business, how you would handle your, I guess, Yeah, how you would handle this situation that other people were involved with. The red imagery here is saying that like everyone was a little bit stressed, everyone was a little head up, everyone had their cards on their table eventually. It might have been a struggle for you to sort of get that out on the table, and people might have been doing the underhanded thing, passive aggressiveness, triangulation, he said, she said, avoidance, and you know, you were getting frustrated here. That's the red, that kind of heat in your body rising. Some of you may have even noticed like inflammation, rashes, anything that sort of felt like there was some hot anger or resentment, or just like kind of like you were a little bit sick of the passivity and the mind games, I think, in February. And now that that's kind of been brought to the surface, you are allowing yourself, and you're actually being rewarded with the peace and the kind of like spaciousness and luxury for some of actually being able to have time to think about what's next for you, to weigh up your choices. There's no pressure anymore. Five of Wands in reverse is an awful lot of pressure at times. So the pressure has been dropped now in March, and it's given you this ability to kind of like take your time weighing up decisions lately. You don't have to really respond to urgency all the time. I think because people have been exposed, even if just from your perspective, you're just like, no, I understand. I see things now. I see them for who they are. And, you know, I think you've gotten a lot of backup. I think you've gotten a lot of support and validation with this, which probably feels great because you're like, I'm not crazy. This has been messed up. And now I want to make sure I take things at my own place, like my own pace rather. Shouldn't we? I'm a Taurus moon, so Taurus, like, shouldn't we just get it on a mug for ourselves? Don't rush me. That's such a Taurus signature. I've heard an astrologer who's slipping my mind say that, and it's just like, yes, key, do not rush me. The Hermit card in reversal. So let's talk a bit about the concealment. So the Hermit card is very private, very solitary. In the reversal, this privacy can almost, I guess to me, be concealing something, and we're entitled to conceal, and we're entitled to keep things private, secret. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes that's like a taboo sort of word. I don't know why necessarily, but there was something about you almost, I see the shadow of it with the Five of Wands in reverse. I feel like you were almost, at least you felt forced to keep something secret. Okay, don't tell X, Y, Z about X, Y, and Z. Just leading to kind of more anxiety, which is the Nine of Swords here at the bottom of the deck. Oh, look, with the Knight of Swords. Taurus, here's you, King of Pentacles, with the High Priestess. The High Priestess is deeply private, to the point of sometimes just being aloof and passive. The Knight of Swords and the Nine of Swords are kind of jangly, nervous system energies coming through, very quick, very stressful at times. So as much as all as we're entitled to keep things private and secret, there's actually more of a force, which is Five of Wands. There's more of a force against you, like you have to keep this a secret or don't tell anybody. And it didn't feel comfortable for you, or you were in a situation where you felt like your best defense was to make sure you didn't let this slip, which just fed into the overall tone of February of being something that was an underhanded energy. As you move towards March and the freedom of the kind of like everything cooling down, people getting along, a bridge, I feel like there's been a bridge between this situation, and maybe it's not even like directly linked to this situation, but there could have been better harmony there now. But I feel like whatever for you, just independently you Taurus, without this crap that went down, I feel like you have now been able to be validated and something you've rewarded yourself. I know the ultimate reward in March is peace, but something you've rewarded yourself is, or awarded yourself rather, is like, I'm going to take my time making my decisions from now on. I'm going to weigh up. I'm going to really look at the pros and cons. Let's look at March, because it's a month where there is an overall better balance in your life. This could reflect in many ways, so I think we should just get into it. For those of you who are a little bit more spiritually inclined, the Temperance card reads to me very much like a metaphysical, angelic presence, something benevolent, something that is guiding you, something that's looking after you. So if that's something that you prescribe to, lean into that, because I think it's going to be something of a blessing for you. You see, yeah, I mean, this lady is wearing angels on her shirt. That's the Fiorucci logo, I believe, that Italian label. Love that. This is a very fabulous deck, the pasta deck. It's a lot of fun. I will stereotype my Taurus moon and say that, yes, the pasta deck, that appeals to me. Let's look into March. Great, an opportunity. The Ace of Wands. I told you things were going to start picking up. Death card is here too. So things are going to change for you in March, the pace in particular. Another ace at the bottom of the deck. I'll take it all day long. Multiple aces in a reading suggest that the opportunities and doors that begin to open for you in March are just going to align to more doors opening. So you open one door, it leads to another, and there is a more limitless quality about what's possible for you now opening up in March. So I'll take this change that's coming in your life. Some of you are transforming in your role. Some of you are shedding an old archetype to embody a new archetype that hasn't been seen by yourself before, hasn't been seen by the world before. Some of you are embarking on a journey now. And I do get the sense that for some of you, this is a hand up from spirit. This is a lift up from the universe. We talked about that at the start. And I can't deny that this feels like something that is going to pull you out of any... when I see Death card, and the way they illustrate it here is somebody really grieving, mourning, and pull you out of any despair or any loneliness, maybe. The Ace of Wands is the new opportunity. It comes with a leg up when you need it in March. It comes with a good news, good result, a relief. It comes with something that excites you or something that energizes you. The Death card is about a massive transformation. Let me just pull two more cards. I'm feeling that, Taurus. Haven't done that in this series. You're also the last sign I've read for the March 2024 readings. I'm glad I waited. I am glad I waited for this. Let's have a look. I just want to go deeper into kinds of opportunities and kind of transformation. I'm going to link below your year ahead reading. So I did a 2024 reading for all of the signs. I'll link Taurus's below, looking at a bird's eye view month by month, every month of the year. It's really cool. The other thing I'll link below are my thoughts about Pluto's recent ingress into the sign of Aquarius, part of a long-term transit. And this would be a great time for you to subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate your support in any way. Comment, share, like, subscribe, whatever you see fit. Thank you. The World card, okay, a big offer, a big opportunity, a substantial marked period of like achievement, pride in your life. And the Strength card in reverse with the Death card, the Emperor in reverse at the bottom of the deck. For some of you, there is a bully. For some of you, the Strength card and the Emperor card in reverse speak to the shadow energy of authoritarianism, shadow of Leo, dictatorialism. a dictator-like energy. The Emperor is just somebody who shoves you around. These are the people that have been, or the energies, the institutions, the systems that have been playing mind games with you. The Emperor card is the archetypal father, but that doesn't have to be a father figure in your life, or a boss, or just this mean masculine. It can be the patriarchy itself. You know, you're just feeling a little bit bogged down. Strength card, dominated, in reverse, oppressed. But that's what's changing. So that's what is no longer going to be something that you resonate with. The simple gesture lately, Taurus, of you saying like, give me space, let me take my time with this, don't pressure me, don't rush me. Accepting, admitting, and taking responsibility and accountability, that's not taking blame, for where you have been a player in this sort of tactical, manipulative, mind game, triangulation kind of dysfunction, right? You've had a part to play somewhere or another. Taking radical self-responsibility is admitting that we have a part to play in absolutely every single circumstance in our life. It's a really hard pill to swallow. The exception being when we were children, of course, when we were blameless. And that is a truth that is extremely triggering. When somebody said that to me like about a year ago, I was like, I want to punch you in the face. Because they were talking about a situation which I of course had contributed in, just by the time of day, the action I made, the choice I made. And it was not taking blame for it, but by just saying that like, oh yeah, I did have a role to play in that. I can see where my responsibility was. That was so liberating for me and so incredibly healing for me. And now I understand what they were saying. I didn't at the time. So that is saying to me here now that this won't fly with you anymore. You aren't involved or won't be involved with those underhanded, those forcefulness. It's pretty toxic. That's just dysfunctional, because you have admitted where you have been a player here, maybe to a very minute, sure, extent, but somewhere, right? And that sets you free, and there's no shame or judgment then that you put on yourself anymore. You understand you're human. You understand the other party, the system, even the patriarchy are human, and it's all just here for us to learn. Okay, I'm kind of digressing. Let me try and get back on track here. You awarded yourself space, and the reward that comes from that is peace and increased well-being. And in March, there might be another kind of reward for you, something you wanted for a really long time. This goal is attained by you, and it feels like you've just been pulled up and pulled higher than ever before. The World card is the last card of the deck. For some of you, this has been something you've wanted for a really long time. For some of you, the goal itself that has been reached now is just saying that, you know, let me take my time and make my own choices. What's ending for you is the involvement in this saga, in this sort of family dynamic, work toxicity, relational issue, round and round we go, giving your power away, involving yourself and being one of those people that kind of thrive in this drama. The Strength card is Leo in reverse, so we are seeing kind of like the enjoyment of drama to our detriment in a way. We could possibly be involved like that. That's a potential. But it feels like that's kind of ending for you for now. The Eight of Wands, this is now towards the Sun moving into fire sign Aries, and around by the 20th of March, I kind of set the intention for these readings not to get like too bogged down with the time and the linear aspect of like when this is. Just take it as it resonates. That seems to be like the future trajectory from whenever you watch it. These are almost like 6-week overviews from February all the way through to March, middle February, let's say. or towards the beginning of April. April's going to be a really exciting month for Taurus, in particular Taurus placements, because we have the alignment on April 20th of Jupiter and Uranus in Taurus, but we'll talk about that in the next month's reading. Just know that that's going to be a really expansive and even more limitless time for Taurus. But nonetheless, the end of March is when everything kind of comes together. If you're in marketing, if you're a merchant or a seller or a buyer, you have something great product wise, or you're really on the money. If you are in communication, if you have a presentation to make, if you speak publicly, if you sell anything, it's just really good for that in particular. Trips coming through at the end of March look like they're very positive. Travel, commuting. Some of you might be buying a car. Some of you might be selling a car. The Three of Wands, the Sun in Aries. The Sun moves into Aries around the 19th or 20th of April, or March rather. And it's a very expansive and celebratory time for you. Here's the Four of Wands. So you're really celebrating something about the life that you live and lead in the end of the month. The Sun moving into this fiery Aries energy is really like kick-starting some sort of a new trajectory for you. It's very vibrant, it's full of life, and this is the vernal equinox, and on the northern hemisphere it's going to be springtime, and for all involved, it's the zodiacal new year. So this is really a time to set powerful intentions, even throughout Pisces season, particularly around the 8th of March. We have the Sun, we have Mercury, planet of communication, aligning with Neptune, dreams and unconditional love, in the sign of Pisces. March 8th is a really good time to write down or speak out or visualize your intentions and hopes and dreams for the year ahead and beyond. But now, as the month ends with all of these three fire cards, the wand cards, the dreams and hopes that you have are really being put into action and manifesting. Three of Wands is about growth. It's about new doorways opening up, new possibilities. Again, it is that limitless quality, which is kind of going to be coming all the way into April for you, I believe. Even I believe Taurus season starts around the same time as that Uranus Jupiter conjunction, which is just fabulous. The Four of Wands is about manifestation, celebration, a harvest, a community, togetherness. We're all so happy about this. We're all in alignment. We're on the same page. We want to build together. A really amazing end of the month for you, Taurus, is in store. What do I see with that? I just see fast-paced movement, travel, purpose, a journey, expansion, a celebration. You had to do the hard work in February and even into the beginning of March. You're still kind of like coming to terms with that radical self-responsibility. But overall, you can see what your part to play has been. And I think that you really shed the burden of I feel like there's a little bit of abuse for some here, showing up with the Strength card and the Emperor card in reverse there. At least this kind of bully energy, mind games, manipulation, not fun. But then, you know what, like I said, the reward is peace. You award this to yourself, and then from the peace of the Temperance card energy, it's just like a all-encompassing mind, body, soul wellness in March. And that wellness that you feel, that like overall everything, that's what gives you the momentum for the end of March, the fire in your belly and the overall like excitement I think that you're feeling. Thank you so much for watching, Taurus. I'm wishing you a wonderful month ahead. It looks great. See you soon. Bye.